that's a good sign for Georgia to have this many people here to watch the spring game and to report on it. So thank you for coming. We appreciate that. Georgia won today, which was good. You know, it's so hard to try to judge what kind of a day it was when you're going against, you know, you're going against Georgia, and you're working, you know, your first, second, and sometime your third units, and just a lot of guys getting a lot of reps, and it's hard to look super sharp at that time when in reality we're only trying to get one group of 11 on the field at a time on each side of the ball as we go along, so we'll be honing that down as we go. But you know, minus all the little things that can get you beat, you know, jumping off sides and a bad snap, you know, those kind of things are frustrating. You know, even though it's spring, we're you know, practice 13 right now. We should be doing a little bit better in that regard, but you know, when things were executed properly offensively, it was pretty to watch, no doubt. And defensively, I thought the guys, you know, for the most part, played well together as a unit, tackled well, had some good balls batted down at the line of scrimmage. A couple plays might have been a sack. You know, one or two I think I'd have called a sack if I was the official, but we did ask them to let them play as much as possible. You know, with the quarterbacks not being live, so I think that we got out of it what we needed. It's one of those days where until you watch the film, you can't really judge who did what to a certain degree. A lot of things happened for me too, working from the sideline up to the radio and TV booth and missing some things along the way. So I'll do the best I can to answer any questions you have, and we'll all get out of this sweat box.
The quarterbacks, they had a lot of pressure on them at times. How you would evaluate each one of the performers?
Right. Well, there's going to be pressure on the quarterback. There's going to be, you know, in the game, the pocket's going to get tight on them at times, and so now you've got to make good decisions by throwing the ball away, hitting a check down, or even taking a sack from time to time. And a couple times they took sacks, and sometimes that's the best decision made. You can't really control your rush, but what you have to do is trust your protection every time. Even if you get sacked 3 times in a row, you got to drop back believing that your protection's going to be there. And it wasn't that bad. I'm not saying that, but in the mentality of the quarterback and how we teach him, you must trust your protection every time. Because once you decide you're going to start watching them rush and try to decide if it's good enough protection to stand in there, you just make too many mistakes, and you will get a bunch of sacks and make a bunch of bad decisions. But you know, overall, you know, talking about Bryce, for me to sit here and grade him, like I said, I've missed a bunch of plays as I was going up and down stairs, but he did make some nice plays. I think he, overall, in the spring, I can probably talk in more generalities of the spring. I think he's done a very good job of studying what to do, getting us in the right protections, getting us in the right hot and side adjustment situations. I think he's been really pretty accurate throughout the spring football practices at this point. Fatone has also been a guy that has worked extremely hard to get a comfort level with everything that Coach Schotte's trying to teach him. And I think he got better and better as the spring went along. Jacob ran more reps with the 2 and 3 units, but you can see his arm talent, you can see his ability, and I think this summer is going to be crucially important for him. All of them really, but I think the more he gets comfortable with the system, the better he'll compete. But I think it's still a race. I don't think there's any question that it's going to go through the summer and fall before we make a decision on who that guy is to start the football game.
So could that battle come down to ultimately who protects the football better? You know, you talk about with Hudson as being strength for them.
We do need to protect the ball. I mean, we can't be so cautious that we don't, you know, make plays downfield. But it's just there's certain times when if you do go deep, the ball's got to be thrown. First of all, where it's catchable by somebody, and then also it's got to be thrown in such a way where we have the best chance of making the play. And then there's going to be times when The deep ball, there's no reason to go deep, but you gotta be smart enough to drop it down to a check down. And we're seeing more and more of that. Guys are starting to figure that out, making the right decisions. But the thing that I know is gonna keep a guy from being the man is if they are making decisions that are putting the ball in harm's way, you know, down after down after down, scrimmage after scrimmage. That won't cut it. And I don't think we're at that point, but there have been enough of those throughout the spring that I'm not confident yet that everybody has gotten the memo, so to speak. You know. But the thing of it is, if we force a guy, if we get guys afraid to throw it down the field, we're not going to be very good. So we're going to throw it down the field. We're going to stretch defenses, and we just got to. When we do make that throw, it's got to be with the right purpose in mind. It's got to be with the right accuracy.
At receiver, I know you got some questions coming in. You lost some good guys, so of course McKenzie, going out like real early. So how do you feel about the receivers at this point?
Well, we're just very, very thin at receiver right now. We're very thin when the spring began. We're thinner now. And that's the one position where you can't really be short on numbers because of the volume of running that they do. And ultimately, now that was the third hamstring at that position. And a lot of times that's what happens when you get high volume of reps and route running. But everybody should be healthy in the fall. We got some more young men that we signed that are coming in to help bolster that group. And so our numbers should be fine when the fall begins, and they shouldn't be under the gun like they were a little bit this spring with not enough guys really to manage it.
Mark, I know you haven't studied film, but from what you see of Bryson Fithorn today, does something, a third scrimmage, change any opinion you have on their capabilities to run this offense?
Not their capabilities. I mean, they're both capable, and I think they with this too. I really do. It's just, has anybody mastered their craft yet? No. But it's not expected right now, really. But we get a high amount of repetitions in practice and in scrimmages, and we keep grading and we keep teaching and they keep learning. I mean, unless somebody stood in that pocket with all these guys flying around, your face and batting balls down and trying to knock your head off, and then you're trying to make decisions. What coverage is it? What's my progression? Is he open? Is he open? Is he, if it's a blitz, who am I throwing hot to? Communicating. Who's the Mike linebacker in the run game? I mean, there's so many things they have to do and process. I just can't expect them to be there yet, but they're getting there. I see great progress. I'm very encouraged. I know Coach Schottenheimer is a really good teacher. As I'm sitting in almost, most of the quarterback meetings. So I hear what's being said, I see what's being processed, I see improvement, and I think they're all going to get there. It's just, it takes a little time.